This is a 1997 BMW E36 M3. 3.2 liter inline six, manual and 4 doors. This is the kind of car that makes people fall in love with driving. It's light, it's raw, it's responsive, it's nimble, and honestly, it is way more special than people give it credit for. Today's episode is sponsored by Shopify. But this M3 is different because this one is mine. I bought this M3 back in 2016 and it was my daily driver for years. And this is the car that I learned how to wrench on. Manual swapping, tons of late nights, broken engines, and learning things the hard way. It's got history. And if I'm being honest, I've neglected it. Ever since I picked up my S550 Mustang, this thing has just been sitting, and it's starting to show. It's got a leaky head gasket, the interior is pretty wrecked, and the axles are cooked. And that is just what we know so far. So today, we're bringing it back properly. We're tearing this M3 down and rebuilding it from top to bottom, fixing everything it needs, upgrading what it deserves, and turning it back into the car it was always meant to be, just better. And when it's done, we're not just calling it finished, we're putting this thing to the test. We're inviting a group of real M3 enthusiasts to the throtl garage to see what they actually think. We've got a whole parts layout ready to go. Interior, exterior, engine, and suspension. The funny thing is I'm not even gonna be here for the first half of the build. Unfortunately, I am going on vacation with my girlfriend on the East Coast. However, the car is gonna be in really good hands with Mike. He is an insanely good BMW tech. He's been working on him forever, and he's the co-owner of the Status Group. Also, he's been a really good friend of throtl for a long time. So enough talking, let's bring this E36 back to life. It looks so bad, but it looks so good. Doesn't this thing run mint?
Dude, stop.
280,000 miles. It runs mint.
I didn't think it was gonna start off that good.
Dude, it runs mint. Dude, so good. So Chelsea and Mitch got the roof wrap peeled off. Now we're gonna get this thing cleaned up because it is crusty, dude. Look at this thing. It's been sitting outside of my house for like 5 months. I feel bad.
Chelsea, sorry I sprayed you.
Oh no.
So while Quinn and the boys have been working on rebuilding the E36 M3, I've also been secretly rebuilding something from scratch. On June 5th at 9 a.m. Pacific, we're launching the new International Parts Collection, along with a completely brand new throtl merch store, inspired by some of the most iconic driving roads and car culture from around the world. We have 4 new t-shirts, 4 new hats, 4 new stickers, and 1 ultra heavyweight hoodie. Places like Stelvio Pass in Italy, Black Forest in Germany, the Pacific Coast Highway, and the Shuto Expressway in Japan. And none of this would be possible without Shopify. Shopify is the e-commerce platform that's helping us build and launch our brand new throtl merch site. And honestly, there's a lot more happening behind the scenes that people realize. It's inventory management, product organization, checkout, shipping, analytics, customer experience, all happening at the same time. And Shopify basically puts all that into one place. And stuff like Shop Pay makes checkout super quick too. The purple button saves your info and makes checkout feel almost instant, which is huge during limited launches like this. Another thing that's really cool is Shopify allows you to see what's happening on your website in real time. So when the drop goes live, we'll be able to see where people are checking out products from all over. And honestly, if you've ever wanted to launch your own brand, whether it's car parts or merchandise or stickers, Shopify has everything you need to actually launch it. And if you go to shopify.com/throtl, you can start your free trial today. Check out the link in the video description, set your reminders. Now let's get back to this M3.
Car wash is done, the car's looking nice and clean. Now we're gonna prep this thing for the new Evolve paint protection film. I'm gonna get door handles off, we're gonna get trims off, we're gonna get the mirrors off, we're gonna get the big busted wing off that we're not gonna be using. Mitch already took the roof spoiler off, as well as some trim up front, so we just gotta finish the job. Let's do it. Oh, dude, there it goes. All right, it's off.
Prepped and ready, and I get to handle the wrap this time, so we're using Evolve's colored PPF in another paint is dead color, and Quinn picked Cool Bus Yellow.
So the base plate for the wing is fitted, so Chelsea can actually wrap the trunk now, but I want to talk about this wing for a second because this is a Garagistic wing, and these boys over at Garagistic has been on their game. When I first got into E36s, it was like 2013. The aftermarket LTW wings that were available then were just complete garbage. This one was like $500-600 and it needed so much work for it to actually be functional. It's heavy, and as you can tell, the wing was originally two-piece. It was the bottom piece here and this up piece. So the top wing blade and the risers were all in one. And dude, I had to do so much work to get it to actually stay together. I ended up making it a one piece just to keep the thing on the car. But the fact that you can buy this wing at a really good price, and it's also, you can run it as a non-high-rise wing. So you can just bolt this together. So you get the low rise, which is super sick. And then of course, you get the LTW risers all in one kit. It's freaking so sick. And it doesn't need a ton of body work. Like, it's ready to go out of the box. Like, you don't have to do anything. I'm genuinely blown away at how good this wing kit is. To be really close to an actual OEM wing is freaking awesome. Chelsea has it finished installing the Evolve paint protection film on the body of the M3. Dude, it looks stunning. Such a good color, such a bright, vibrant color. We haven't even seen it out in the sun yet. Originally, I was gonna go with a flat white, but this yellow was just so freaking good. I had to have it on the car, and it looks phenomenal. So now we're gonna get this thing on a rack because we have a lot of mechanical stuff to do on this car. So let's get started.
All right, my boy Antonio is here, like always, representing, man. So the people that don't know you, tell them who you are and what do you do.
What's going on, guys? My name is Antonio. I own Light Optics. We do all aftermarket lighting, but today we are doing a suede headliner and pillars on this car.
My boy Quinn is gone too, so we are taking over.
We're doing this voluntarily.
Yes.
Because we want to.
We love him. Because
Yes.
we love him.
Yes.
Because we love Quinn.
100%.
How's it look?
How's it look? You look for yourself, man. Look at this. Is my underwear's tighter than this. Man. This has asbestos.
Damn, Quinn. Where's your vacuum, brother? Holy crap. Oh, here we go. Get a couple bucks out of this. Dang.
That's mine. Quinn said I could have it for my college fund for my baby.
72 cents in there.
This is proof. Quinn, I told him if I could have the change. He said, yo, take it. There's probably mad carne asada under there. So I'm taking the change and the carne asada.
Antonio said he's done. We got here. Oh, Quinn ain't ready for this. It looks very smooth. Did you brush it?
No,
No?
Oh no, yeah, I did. No, I did.
You that good? Yeah, right. Like this is a clapped out M3, right? Got him! This thing looks sexy, bro. It looks like elegant now.
Yeah.
My boy Antonio always comes through, bro. Came in, 1 day service, baby. Oh, you did the pillars too? Mm-hmm. Damn, boy! Mm-hmm. You did the whole thing.
I wasn't going to, but I reminded myself how much I love Quinn. So I did it. Exactly.
Nothing but love for Quinn. Thank you so much, Opel Optic. These things turned out super sick, Antonio. He'll be back for the next build. Continuing on Quinn's build, we have M3 behind us, and I got my boy Mike here, and we are gonna be working on the rear subframe sway bars and a few trailing arms. Now, I don't know much about this stuff, especially BMWs, and he is the expert, so I'm gonna be holding the flashlight today.
So we have some white line, we have some Garagistic parts, we have Turner, we have some OEM stuff that we got from ECS, and we have another subframe that we've refinished, and we're gonna put everything in it.
All right, let's get this on and get to work.
So we're gonna first pull the exhaust down.
Now, we're doing so much work on this thing that eventually this whole thing's gotta come off, right? So,
Yep.
might as well take it off now that we don't do the same work over and over. So, we're gonna start all the way from the front? Or where are you planning to split
Yeah,
it
so
in?
we're gonna start at the front. There's 6 bolts right here.
Straight to the header.
Yep, straight to the
Sick.
header. And then we're just gonna drop the whole system.
All the way back here. Let's do it. You wanna start in the front? I'm gonna get a stand for this.
Oh, there you go.
Come on, dog! Yeah. Who does number 2 work for?
Straight to the trash.
What is that? Dude, look. What? You have a bee's nest in there? Ew, what is that?
All right, someone explain to me what's going on.
Well, I don't know what's going on.
I wish I could tell you. What is
A bee's nest?
What is that? No, it's weld, I think.
We're gonna call Quinn so he can explain what this. Oh, it's hard.
What is this, dude? What's that? What is that, dude? No,
Mira.
this is from your headers.
It's hard too.
What is that?
Feels like JB Weld.
Did you JB weld in there?
No.
What?
That's for sure a Harbor
You've been
Freight weld
losing. You've
job.
been losing big horses.
Dude, I have never seen that. Because when I did the manual swap, I just put new gaskets on and that was it. But I don't remember seeing that. Is that metal?
Yeah,
it's
it feels
hard.
like it. I
It's
don't know.
hard,
but
yeah.
It feels like welding.
What the heck? Oh my god.
Anyways, I'm gonna grind that down, dude. That way you don't have that issue.
It's gonna be way faster now. We're gonna porch your exhaust, baby. We're gonna porch your holes. What is that?
Nice.
Oh, full of caca.
So next we're gonna lower it down and we're gonna try to get the axles out. A lot of times these things are really stuck in there, so we're gonna have to hammer them hard.
I keep hearing about the nightmare of getting the axles out of this car. Like everybody says that it's a nightmare. We're about to find out. Let's go! Yeah! Easy there. Let's go.
So we're gonna drop the control arms next. Once we drop that down, it should allow us to pull everything out and
get
undo the
axle
shock.
Oh.
Ooh, look at these little baby springs.
Oh, I can mark
All right, so we pressed out the old bushing. The old bushings are just a rubber style bushing. And what we're gonna be putting in is a polyurethane 2-piece. And it's got a sleeve that goes in. So we're gonna grease it all up and install it. So the reason we're replacing these rear trailing arm bushings is you can see there's a crack actually in here that's starting to form, and it'll make the rear wheels do weird things while you're driving. That's why we go to a polyurethane. Like the control arm bushings, we're using white line for the differential also. For the rear subframe, we are using garageistic rear poly bushings.
Nice. Dude, look how clean that looks.
Yeah.
We're hooking Quinn up.
Let's go. I'm still gonna paint that black so it can look like.
Trey, check this out.
What's going on over
Look
here,
at this,
man?
Trey. Look how clean that looks, dude. Look at the difference.
Wow.
Tell me
It
that
used to be
doesn't.
black, right?
Right.
And it's gonna go back to black.
All right, so the subframe's all prepped, painted. We got our arms back in. We got all of our subframe bushings back in. And we're gonna put it back in the E36.
Took your job, Ricky. I'm now Mike's elite employee.
You are now one of my elite employees.
Now that we have the subframe in, we're gonna put in the rest of the suspension components and get everything dialed. So the reason we're changing to these Turner control arms is they are all adjusted right here at the end, which is very easy to get to and very easy to adjust. These other ones, really hard to adjust. We got another nightmare job to do, and that's pull off the old hub, put on these new ones.
Woo. Nice.
Now that we've removed the hub, we have access to the bearings, and we're going to replace them with new ones.
All right, it is time for us to start putting back together the rear, well, not the rear end, just the rear brakes. Damn, Mike, you did a lot. Yeah. You did the rotors, he did the bearing, I did the studs. That's the best thing you see around here, just that. The shocks are back together, and it's time for us to start putting the calipers. Now, we are going to be using EBC rest off pads, which is what we use in the majority of our cars. We use this, we use the greens, but the reds are the best. Let's put them on. The old axles were old, let's say that. So we have new axles to put on. Now my question is to you, Mr. Expert. Are they the same, left and right?
They are the same left and right.
Sick! All right.
There is no
Enough
left and right.
said.
Yeah, there's not one shorter than the other.
Yeah,
Maybe.
all right.
Yeah.
Easy. Let's put it on again.
I don't know what you're doing, but
Put it
it's
in,
working. And then you're like,
The camera. Sway
The
bar.
sway
next.
bar. This is a white line sway bar going in. It is much thicker and stiffer than the original one. All right, check this out, brother. Look at this, look at this.
Dang, dude, it's literally like a brand new car, dude.
Look at down here. Clean everything up, new axles, white line sway bar, end links, everything's nice and tight.
Yeah, this thing was coated in oil, literally coated in oil. This
So I
is
thought
crazy.
this was a black cover, and it's not.
It was just coated
the
gum.
second I put water through it and I scrubbed it, I was like, holy crap, that thing is
There's some silver there.
It was hiding.
cool. Yeah. All right, now that the rear end has been completed with the rear brakes and dips, there's one main thing we gotta do to this car, and it's this engine.
this thing has 267,000 miles, and we need to do a refresh.
And for that, we have a table full of goodies. We have some retainer springs, we have some oil pumps, valve cover gaskets, and a ton more.
We got some Turner ignition coils, garageistic mounts, and some timing chain stuff.
Now, there's one thing we gotta do before we start putting all these things in, is remove that old crappy engine. So let's get to it.
Let's go.
All right, we did everything we could for us to be able to take this motor out flawlessly, or at least so we think. We're about to find out. Let's pull it out.
No PV. Here. We're good. I'll be here for the rest of the day. You guys do what you need to do. We got it.
Quinn's engine bay looks disgusting, but this is what I do, baby. I make dirty things look clean, so let's get to work. ¿Qué pasó?
Blow around everything, huh?
It's good, Bobby. How was New York?
It's good, man. It's sick.
You guys ate your way through Boston.
I know every picture was
The food is so good out there.
Yeah.
It was so much fun.
Yeah, look at your engine, dude.
Somebody's coming to get the motor in a little bit.
You see how rusty this thing is, dude? It's alright. How many leaks are everywhere?
Put this thing on off.
Head gaskets on the back. What is that? Who did that?
That's you.
What did you guys find on the exhaust, by the way? What is that?
Dude, welded inside. Super weird. I don't know. It's like really restricted. We have to grind it up. You got to see the rear end. These guys have been putting a lot of work.
Check the rear, dog.
Oh my god, that is so sick.
Everything got clean.
So good,
It's like
dude.
brand new.
Fresh, the white line sway bars and end links, repainted arms.
New axles, new hubs,
So
right?
good. This rear suspension was so clobbered before. It was crazy.
Yeah, smoked, yeah.
This is a car that I've worked on since I was 20. So like I'm still learning when I was working on this car. So
Yeah.
there's probably a bunch of mistakes everywhere. This thing's gonna be so good when it's done.
It's gonna be sick.
All right, so like the rear, we are using white line sway bars. We're going to be using an ECS tuning 2-piece brake system. We're using the EBC red stuff pads. And we are using a garagistic shifter and garagistic front lollipops and garagistic motor mounts.
Is that what it's called? Front lollipops?
Front lollipop.
Really?
Yeah, lollipops.
Who comes up with these
look at-
names, bro?
Check it, look, see?
This is gonna be so sick.
So there's so many different chassis mount shifters, but the garagistic one, first of all, it's way lighter than I thought, but two, it like goes through the actual chassis and sandwiches it. Like all the other ones have this like big tower of springs and stuff that sits up there. It's
And then there's a
unnecessary.
seal
This
you
one is just
need.
simple and
Yeah.
nice, and it just pops right in. Sandwich plate, call it a day.
All right, we have a lot of parts to install, so let's get to work.
All right, let's go. Look at that one-handed. It's good.
That's what we don't want.
So, Quinn, why are you not working on your own car? I'm sure everybody has that question.
Because I got this fitting right here. It's for the.
Hey, you can't say no.
Alright, I'm
All
working
right.
on other things. I'm gonna be back on this in a little bit. It's gonna be sick.
This is the white line versus the stock sway bar. Look at the difference in thickness. So we have 3 adjustable positions for the sway bar. Good that we got brand new bushings with the sway bar. We'll clean this up and they fit. This is called a lollipop, and this goes here.
Yep.
Replaces this. Now, why go from this to this?
The main reason we're going to change these, on Quinn's cars they can actually rotate, and on this one it did. This big part right here is supposed to be here.
Yeah.
And it's rotated itself here, and this moves, and it moved it. This is a polyurethane, and then this one is a Teflon. So it's just a small little bushing, and then it's all metal, so it's very, very direct. It's going to give the best feeling you can get.
transmission out. That was
Transmission's
pretty
out.
simple. You took
Yeah.
all the bolts out. Use a small pry bar and this thing came right out. Do we have a clutch for a Quinn?
Yep.
We do?
We have ACT clutch also.
Oh, let's go. Brand new clutch, new seals. This thing's gonna be proper.
It's gonna be dialed.
All right, so this is the S52 out of the E36 M3. This thing is leaking everywhere. The valve cover is leaking well, the timing cover, the oil pan. Mike was saying that the flywheel bolts weren't sealed properly, so they were leaking a bit of oil. We've got coolant back here leaking out of the head gasket. We've also got head gasket coolant leak there. So this thing just needs a really good going through. Other than that, the thing runs mint. I've never had a single issue with this thing actually running. It runs beautifully. So what we're gonna do is reseal everything, get a nice valve spring in it so we don't have to worry about mileage on those, and just give it a good clean and keep it exactly how it is. I do want to keep the rotating assembly OEM and see how long this engine will actually last before it gives it up, because this thing has been a reliable bullet ever since the day I bought it.
Valve cover's ready to come off. First time he's seen in here, and
Oh my God.
wow. It's actually
This engine's mint, dude. Wow. So this engine was made in like 96. This is literally 30 years old. 270,000 miles on this thing. Look at this.
Yeah.
Look how mint that is, dude. The trays, the cams. Usually E36 heads, when you open them up, they're just black and brown and just crusty. This thing's mint. Look at this,
Look how
dude.
fresh this is inside.
No shot, bro.
Bro.
This thing looks better inside than my 80,000 mile S54 when I got it and opened it up.
Crazy.
It was like
I
brown.
don't think it's the engine, man. I think it's you. I think it's your maintenance, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough, but like still, it's a testament to the motor, right? I think
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah, I mean, even look at the cams. I mean, none of them have crazy wear, and there's no pitting. For 267,000 miles, this thing is really nice. This is the infamous oil filter housing gasket. It's supposed to be rubber. This one, not rubber no more.
Mike, what is this?
So this is called a baffle. So what this does is it keeps oil up in the rotating assembly to keep everything really nice and lubed.
Several days later.
All right, now the block's all ready. It's prepped, it's cleaned. We're gonna reassemble it and get it back in the car.
All right, I am back on the E36. Mike has done an insanely good job carrying the torch on the E36 while I was gone. The S52 is almost complete. Today we're gonna get it to the finish line. Oil pump is installed and primed, that's mint. Now we're gonna install the oil pan gasket. I have never, ever successfully used a factory E36 oil pan gasket. They leak every single time, even like a month after installing it. So we're gonna be using Toyota FitPig. Seal up the long block, we've got an aluminum valve cover by ECS Tuning. Now the original M50 engine cover was magnesium. They were notorious for warping, and for the OBD2 cars they went with a plastic one, which is over there. Those also crack. I've dealt with that actually quite a lot on a few different cars. So having an aluminum valve cover is a massive upgrade. This isn't gonna crack, this isn't gonna warp, and it looks beautiful. The magnesium finish absolutely comes apart on the original valve covers, but this is gonna hold up over time, which looks beautiful, and it is super shiny. So we're gonna get this thing on, get it bolted down, and then the motor will be sealed up. The S52 is completely done and ready to go back in the M3, but first we need to get a clutch on it. We got a beautiful yellow box here by ACT. This is a stage 2 sprung clutch kit. It's gonna be perfect for the naturally aspirated street M3 that this is gonna be, so let's get it unboxed and get it on. So we've got an organic clutch disc with a sprung spring pack in here. So this is gonna be very nice to drive. It's actually gonna be nicer than the factory clutch. The last thing we need to do is install new Garage-istic polyurethane engine mounts, and then we can drop this thing in. Let's go. It is time to drop the M3 engine back in the bay of the M3. This thing is ready to go. Look how mint this is, dude. This engine has been so gross and so leaky for like 10 years. I never thought this thing would look this good. Look at this clean. Look at this. Freshy valve cover, cylinder head's mint, new head gasket, block looks beautiful, timing cover looks beautiful. Look at the underside right here. Sheesh, it's brand new, dude. All right, motor's in, bolted down. We're gonna take this thing up, get the shift selector rod for the Garage-istic short shifter on, and then we're gonna put the transmission mounts on, get this thing like officially sitting in the car proper. Let's do it. This is the DSSR rod that came with the Garage-istic short shifter kit. We're gonna get this thing on the transmission side first, push up into place, and get it on the shifter. Now it's time for our transmission brace. And, oh, we need to come down with the car actually. This is maxed out. We have Garage-istic polyurethane transmission bushings, just like the engine mounts. We got trans mounts for it, which is sick. So we're gonna bring this thing down, pop, hold it in, then the motor will be officially in. To finish off the underside of the E36 M3, we got an AFE power catback exhaust system. We got beautiful chrome tips on here, and this is gonna fly right on the M3 and make this thing sound amazing.
This thing is 304 stainless steel construction. No cuttings needed, it's direct bolt-on.
So we got everything we need here to dial in the E36 M3, and once this is on, we're finished up with the underside completely, which is awesome. I can't wait to hear this thing scream, especially since we just refreshed the engine. This thing is gonna sound incredible, so let's get it on the car. So the first thing we're gonna put on is these adapters. These go from the factory M flanges, which is right here using a little donut gasket, to our bigger pipe diameter for the AFE power exhaust. Look at that, perfect fitment, fits right on, slides on. We just need to add our clamps, clears the subframe, takes the same path as a factory exhaust, fits right on. Come on. AFE power catback is fully installed, buttoned up, tip height looks really good. Look at the back of this, it sticks out a little bit. Looks money, dude, especially with the rear diffuser and the thing looking beautiful. The best part is we're done underneath the car. So the suspension's complete, the exhaust, drive shaft, transmission shifter, all that stuff is already done. We just need to add some trans fluid here and then bleed the slave, and that is it. All the work we have to do is in the engine bay, so let's keep going. So now that we're done underneath, we're gonna start working on the engine. We're gonna drop the engine harness on, get everything bolted on, and this M3 is gonna fly together. Let's get started. So the power steering setup is on, the alternator's on, we're gonna throw our belt on, then drop the engine harness on. Wiring is finished on the engine, now it's time to get our intake manifold on. Okay, so we got the oil cooler installed, brand new, it's down here, beautiful Mishimoto 10 row, that's hooked up, everything's hooked up, we got motor oil in it, so now we're gonna spin it, get this engine oil primed, and wait for our plugs to arrive, slam them in, and then we should have a running S52. We're spinning, dude. Oh, we're pushing air, brother. Yeah. We've got oil pressure, we're in good shape, I'm gonna check the level. Probably add about half a quart. I always run my E36s a quart high. They love it. For this M3, I've already got a Mishimoto cooling system, radiator, upper lower hoses, overflow tank, and we have a Spa electric fan, but we're gonna be upgrading the radiator hoses. These are like 8 years old at this point, and I'd like to get a fresh set on, so we got a brand new set from Mishimoto. And because the car is no longer white and blue anymore, it's yellow, we're gonna go with a nice black radiator hose. Next up for the M3 is an AFE power intake. Now it has a heat shield, which is awesome. However, we're gonna have to modify this to actually work with the M3 because I've got these oil cooler lines here. So this is gonna sit right here, this beautiful intake system, but we're gonna have to trim it right around here. We're gonna have to cut a little hole out so the lines can pass through. But this is gonna sit like this. We've got a beautiful air filter. Let me pull it out right here. Big old filter, big old kick down. It's gonna sit something like that. It's gonna be beautiful, work really well. Good induction noise. These engines have the best induction noise already. This is gonna be even better. So we gotta fix this so this heat shield actually fits and we can get the intake going. I hate to modify a brand new heat shield like that, but we gotta make it work. This is an old car and it needs an oil cooler on it because otherwise I get really bad lift to tick. Look at that. Looking good. My other intake dude was just flopping around in this engine bay for like 10 years. So sick. So I'm gonna keep going through the front end. We're gonna put the kidney grills on, we'll get our new headlights on, we'll get our bumper on, and then we're home free to get this thing finished. So we're gonna be replacing the headlights. We got a set of depots. I've had halos on this car forever, so we're gonna switch it up and take them off. These are just an OEM simple clean glass headlight. I love it. Let's get them on. Yeah, that's sick. No halos? That was the move. 100%. Oh!
Wait, did you pick black?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Not a chrome boy.
Not a chrome boy, dude.
Going against the grain.
Against the grain. No halos, black kidneys.
Damn.
There you go, dude. Solidify the school bus look. Black trim.
The cool bus.
The cool bus look. See?
Yeesh, let's go, Quinny. Looks brand new, bro. Oh, with the coils?
You see that?
Sheesh.
Now that we have most of the mechanical stuff done, we're gonna focus on the interior. This thing needs a good cleaning because there's a bunch of stuff in it.
Dude, what's this? Is this the first glove? The
God.
first glove ever?
That's not it, dude. That's gross.
Real talk, the amount of carne asada burritos I've eaten in this car is unparalleled. Every single day when I was at the other shop for 5 years, I would like eat lunch inside of my car, just sitting here. So there's probably so much freaking carne asada in the floor of this carpet. The fact that it looks this good is insane.
So this is Quinn's old pedal. They're plastic. They're known to break. Really flimsy. Here's our new Garagistic pedal. It's a billet DTM style pedal and should be way stronger and better for what we need. Let's get it installed.
So next up for the interior on the E36 is a set of M-Rain Vaders. Now the Vader seats for the E36 are like the competition carbon fiber seats of the 90s. These are the seats everybody wants. They only came in M3 coupes, and it was a specific spec of E36 came with Vaders. No sedans came with them from the factory, but it's going in. It's gonna be sick. Let's do it.
Quinn seats are in. Next, we're gonna go on the radio. Now we're gonna reassemble the entire body. We're gonna start with the rear bumper. I got Trey to help me. We're gonna get it on.
I think this looks pretty damn good, Mike.
Dude, this came out really, really good. The yellow, the red, the white.
Was it you or was it Quinn that doused this in like the hyper dressing from McGuire's?
That was Quinn, and it's been doused for 2 weeks. That
Yeah,
stuff's
I can
been sitting on
tell
there.
because it looks very black and it looks very good.
Very black, very shiny.
You think no badge, huh?
I think no badge would be sick. E-badged.
D-badged, kind of sick.
I say no badge.
Badge or no badge?
Badge.
Badge.
No badge.
What?
No badge.
All right, Mike, I got a vote from the people.
What is this vote?
We got Mitch said no badge,
Yep.
Evan said badge, Ricky said badge, Trey said no badge. So that's
a tie.
2.
Do you say no badge?
I don't know what I said. I don't know.
I say no badge. So Nate, you could be the tiebreaker.
It really does look good without it.
Or if you wait, are you tied? We tied again if you vote.
If
badge?
I vote badge, it's tied. Quinn's gonna be the deciding factor.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it just to keep it even, and then we'll ask Quinn, and then he's gonna do what he wants to do.
Engine is done. We pulled this thing out completely because it was leaking from literally every single gasket on the entire motor. Stripped it down to a bare short block, re-gasketed everything, head job, valve job. We got SuperTech valve springs on here, new oil pump, re-timing changed the whole thing, and re-gasketed everything. So now we're gonna fire it up. We got an AFE power intake system and a new AFE exhaust system, and we're gonna fire it up. Hear this thing for the first time, let it run, make sure it's got no leaks, and top it off with some coolant. Ready to fire it up? Come on, baby. Woo! Yeah, all right. Oh, she's purring, dude. Yeah. Look at this. This engine runs so good, dude. 267,000 miles on it. Freaking amazing. These engines are so good. It's ridiculous. We need to start getting some coolant in here. Get this thing up to temp, maybe. Come on. The final piece for the engine bay is an LTW style garagistic front strut bar. We got one for the front and one for the rear. This is just like the OEM lightweight strut bar, which is what it was modeled after, and it looks beautiful. So we're gonna get this thing bolted down tight, and then the engine bay is done. Time for the wheel and tire package for the E36. Now we went with a set of 18-inch Apex VS5s in raised silver. I love a silver wheel. I'm really excited to see this as a very modern wheel on a vintage BMW. We've seen these wheels on plenty of M3s around here, but they're all modern. F80s, E92s. This on a vintage E36 is gonna be awesome. Now, they are 18s. With the big brake kit by ECS Tuning, we cannot run a 17 on this car any longer, which is gonna be insane. I love an 18 on an E36. And for tire, we've got a Falcon RT 660 Plus. These are 225/40. I've run a ton of RT 660s on this exact M3, so I'm really excited to try out the Plus and see how it is. Let's get these on the car and get this thing on the ground.
To go with our Apex wheels, we are using Motorsport hardware.
Oh, these wheels are sick. So the camber and the ride height are adjusted in the rear to fit the wheels. Let's get this thing on the ground. Ready?
Got that rear ride height dialed in, I think, hopefully. Let's see. Woo! Yeah, that looks money.
All right. A little different stance than
Dude, this
than
is
the
like
normal
track
E36.
stance though. This is
Yeah.
kind of like what we put on everything, really.
It is.
This is like a really beefy wheel and tire package, so unfortunately we weren't able to do it.
We're going more mature E36
Okay.
now. We're ditching the halos.
You're an old man now.
We're ditching the crazy DTM stands. We're going for like a nice, clean
Dude,
OEM
looks
plus
good.
track spec look. I think we
Looks
nailed it. It looks really good.
Let's see it in the middle. Or outside even, honestly.
Oh, outside? I want to
Yeah.
see it outside.
I want to see this color. Good. Ooh, it sounds good too.
But
Dude, the color.
that's such a bright color. That's perfect.
You're gonna get
It's literally-
stopped everywhere.
Oh, it's so good. Oh yeah. I don't think we could have picked a better color. I think this is like the perfect color for this car. super bright.
Damn, it looks sick. Dude, this looks like track ready with the, was that oil cooler or power steering cooler in the front?
Oil cooler.
Oil cooler in the front, the beefy Apex wheels and tires, bright color.
Gold in the sunlight.
Yeah, like metallic-y too.
Yeah.
I think that's one thing you get when you go from like a regular vinyl to a PPF is you get like a lot more depth. And like inside it almost didn't look as metallic-y, and then when you see it in the sun, it's super bright.
A lot of flake.
Yeah. Going for a drive or what?
Yeah, dude, I just want to look at it. It looks so nice. This car has never been this clean ever.
Dude, LTW wing.
The plastics have never been this dark. The color's never been this bright. Everything.
Are you gonna put
looks new.
Are you gonna put the M3 badge on? I think you.
I think I will. I think I will. I want to try it out without the M3 badge on for a little bit, but it'll go on eventually.
Yeah.
Gee, let's go drive it. Yeah, I got Bluetooth. Dude, for the longest time, I was telling Mitch, I had a USB and I would just load like all the songs I wanted and plug it into the stereo deck, and that's how I had tunes.
Oh, Antonio's headliner too, so sick,
See that?
all suede.
See that?
Let's see, any rub? No?
No. No rubbing?
You did a new clutch or no?
Yeah.
Dude, everything is new in this car.
ACT Stage 2 sprung, but it's still like a carbon Kevlar style. It's louder than I thought it was going to be.
So,
AFE power exhaust is...
And the intake too.
Yeah. Let's see if we can get some... Oh yeah. Some good intake noise. I gotta scoot back. I think the only other car I've ever driven with Vaders is your M3.
Yeah.
These are great, dude. The shifter's mental, dude. Have you tried one of these where it's like the
garagistic?
Yeah.
Self-centering one?
Like,
looks sick.
Yeah, it sounds good too. Like it's clunky, it's got some weight to it. I don't think I've ever heard an exhaust on an E36 sound this deep before. Like it's got a lot of depth to it.
And it's not super droney either.
No. E36 M3 is officially done. The car looks absolutely mental. I cannot wait to start driving this thing. We also invited a ton of our friends out who have M3s to fill the throttle garage up, hang out for a while, and I want to see what they think of the M3 now that it's finished.
Look at Quinn's car though, and let us know what you think.
Well, I'm a fellow E36 owner.
Oh,
so
you are an E36 owner.
I am. AFE intake. I love the Apexes. I love the extended studs. That's a awesome conversion. I love that. The interior's really cool.
Tell me what you know about those seats.
They are real Vaders. Did they come like this, or did you guys reupholster them?
Quinn bought them like years ago, and they came like that. So they're all original. Yeah. Traded. What did he trade you in? Trade a motor for it or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, he traded a motor for those
Sounds
seats.
about right for Vaders.
Yeah, they're like $4 grand.
The interior's clean.
All right, make your way around back.
Oh, he's got the LTW rep wing on the back with the extensions.
Take a look at her in all her glory. We got new taillights.
Crispy.
We got an AFE exhaust.
It looks clean. It looks super clean.
Twan,
Mr. Quinn,
M3 guy.
M3 guy.
Give me the run through. Take a look.
To be honest,
tell me what you think.
I didn't know this was Quinn's car. I'll say that. The last time I saw this, it was white and it looked like it came from a junkyard.
The Quinnmobile, dude. Give me a run through. Tell me what you think.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know about E36s.
I'm an F80 guy, but I know enough. First of all, the color's good. It's a PPF or is it vinyl?
all PPF,
Okay, because the color depth is crazy. Like it has a really nice like flake and depth to it. I already love the M-Tech interior. That's fire. The door cards, okay. I know about the Vaders. The M-Tech Vaders, good touch. I love it. Let me see. Let me come around here. VS5 RSs? VS5s. VS5s, very clean, silver on yellow, super dope. I'm not a yellow guy, but it looks good. It looks really good.
Fair enough.
The silver on the yellow looks great. This wing is tough. And I feel like you don't see four doors like this. You know, they're always just like your standard beater, run-of-the-mill, like daily, but like to see one done properly, chef's kiss. So good. Thought he was done. He goes, have you seen the underside? I was like, okay, well that's the most Quinn thing I've ever heard. Let's see, what do we got?
Just saying.
What do we got? Really clean. Really clean. Nishimoto parts, okay.
270,000 miles on this car.
270?
70 on this car.
How many of those are yours?
110.
Okay. I mean, a lot. For a 300,000 mile car,
man,
I'll give it to you.
Insane.
I don't think I've ever seen a car this high mileage this clean.
Pretty good. Pretty
Respect
good.
where it's due.
Pretty good.
Respect where it's due.
So the meet went well, everybody was stoked, everybody loved it, and I'm so happy with how this car turned out, man. This thing was so freaking deserving of a rebuild. I've owned this car for 10 years, and for the longest time, I did as much maintenance as I possibly could while still daily driving the car. But this thing just got to the point where it needed so much work, as you guys saw in the episode today, that I just could not do it while I was driving the car. And then when I finally got the Mustang, I started daily driving that, and unfortunately this thing kind of just fell into the back burner. So having the boys help me out and dial this thing in, Mike did an amazing job, Ricky did an amazing job. The boys crushed it on this build. I jumped in for the tail end, and it turned out fantastic. This car drives so much better than it did before. Even when I bought it, it was leaking oil, it was leaking coolant, it had some bad bushings. When I initially bought it, that was 10 years ago. And daily driving this thing, I put 110,000 miles on this thing, knowing it had oil leaks, and it just went downhill and eventually got to the point where it wasn't a suitable car for me to drive anymore. That's when I bought the daily driver. So this thing is back, dude. It drives so good. The suspension feels insane, the motor feels insane. The fact that we can drive it, it doesn't leak a single drop, like, blows my mind. How good this car came out, it's fantastic. So thank you to everybody. Put a huge hand in getting this car together. It turned out amazing. So I want to know what you guys think of this thing down in the comment section down below. Let me know how you think my M3 turned out. Thank you guys as always so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next episode. See you later.